headphones, stereo, and speakers. Of course, this is your man, the African Caesar. And we're running kind of late today. Just me, Dave, and then, of course, Mr. Bot Topic himself.
Yep.
Ducks, who had a rough week, to say the least.
Yeah, so life's hard sometimes, but, anyone who feels I've been negative or said some things out of line, karma's a bitch, and I got mine, so I'm sure all the listeners will be happy to hear I walked in with a black eye today.
Yeah, well,
It wasn't Caesar.
Nope,
so.
no Mayor. He really, no.
Well, I mean,
won't even comment on
the guy did tell you not to spritz him with that cologne. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did.
Like he did.
I need the bell.
I was gonna say you had that coming.
I didn't have the bell.
I know. Where's the bell? Who's still in the bell?
It's up here.
Oh, okay. Y'all have a moderator now? I feel like the bell is always at the front now. Or do you just have the bell?
I went through when I was going through and cleaning everything. I tend to bring things this way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's why my headphones were over there. That's why. Yeah.
Because there was like an abundance of bells in the other studio.
I gotta grab some of those.
There was like 4 or 5 bells on the table.
Oh, in each studio. Yeah. No, I gotta bring a few more down.
Which is clever. Like, honestly, we didn't start using the bells until we got with you guys.
So it always made me laugh, and I think I might have told you this story. So like where we started, there was a stupid bell on the table.
Yeah.
And so it was basically every time there was a "that's what she said" moment, we would ring the bell.
Yeah.
And then I learned that the bells have a very unique sound signature.
Okay.
When you're looking at the file in editing. And
Yeah.
so if there was anything I wanted to isolate or anything I wanted to like pull a drop from, I would ring the bell. Well, so Wired Magazine, and so like we built the studios out 5 years ago and put like just bells galore everywhere. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is stupid, this is dumb." And then like I think it was like Wired Magazine or somebody came up with like a list of like the top 5 essential pieces of equipment that every podcast recording studio has to have. And it was like, a good mic and whatever. But like number 5 was cheesy motel bell. Nice. And I was like, perfect. I feel like we influenced that list.
Yeah, you did. You influenced us. 'Cause now we use the bells.
Speaking of top 5, so what are we bringing back?
Okay, so apparently people have missed the Fab 5 list. And so, so from this point on out, we're bringing it back. So this is the Sneaker Box Podcast 5 sneaker releases from the previous week. So we ain't did it so long. We don't even know how to see.
I'm sitting here silently like,
Oh, no. Building anticipation. Building. Still don't hear it.
Oh, it said it played.
I don't hear it.
Hold that thought.
See? Yep. This is what happens.
rusty.
Yep.
We'll try that again.
It's like trying to throw that alley. There you go.
The Fab Five. The Fab Five.
The Fab Five.
Top five.
Saw it in my dream. 5, 5, 5.
And I got to say this real quick before we get to the list. Had this happened like 2 years ago, I'd have been freaking out because you get so caught like, oh my God, because you don't want to show their mistakes. At this stage of the game, we've been doing it, I don't know for how, Lord knows how long. We're like, 270 episodes in? I could care less now. I want everybody to see the show flaws and all. And it's fun.
I love that I have the same conversation with every new show that's getting ready to start up because they always ask me about editing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there are 2 schools of thought when it comes to it. Neither one is right or wrong. And I said, personally, I prefer the raw, natural. I want the ums and ahs. I want the pauses. I want all of that in there because I don't want a more polished version of myself out somewhere that I have to live up to.
Right.
And I'm like, but we have shit like, dude, I know a show that spends like 8 hours editing a half-hour show.
See, I don't want to do all that. Like,
More power to you.
I feel like there's a balance to be struck. Like it depends.
Well,
I guess
perfect is the enemy of good.
I agree.
That's
with you.
the problem.
I agree with you. There's no perfection at all.
Nope.
At least I don't chase it because you're never gonna be happy. But
Never.
I do think some editing is required. However, moments like that I think add personality to an episode. So
I would say I think the best compliment we ever got on our show, amidst everything else, was when somebody walked up to us and said, "Listening to your show is like sitting between you and Bob on a bar stool."
yeah, we've had that too. People like,
And
actually,
I was like, I will take that all day, every day.
somebody actually says they listen to our show and like debate as if they're in the studio with us.
I've had, yeah.
And I love that.
And so, they said, she knows that, she talks back to us every
it's
episode.
very so like the fact that they feel like our show is that conversational.
I agree with that, but every time I meet someone, I didn't expect you to look like that. I don't know if it's a compliment or...
What did they expect? Did they ever say what they expect you to look like?
Everyone was caught off guard when I bleached my hair.
I was too, though.
Yeah, so was I.
I gotta go. I like the brown look. I gotta
Yeah.
give it to you.
Well, I'm growing it out a little bit for winter.
Now you gonna grow the hair out longer, or are you just gonna keep it low?
Probably rock the shaggy look for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Like, I feel like there's different versions of dunks.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to
It's
get
almost like
the
if
best
we had-
version of dunks out to the public.
If we had action figures, you would definitely come with the most accessories.
I'll take it.
Yeah, like you could swap out the wigs and the different.
Like a little Lego guy. You can put different hair on it.
Everything's
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of merch, actually, that reminds me. So Kanye and the whole political thing, regardless where you stand, as of today, he's actually releasing presidential merchandise or like campaigning merchandise. And aside from like a cap or hoodies, you can actually make donations to his campaign.
Oh God.
But I mean,
I pray that nobody. I already know you already probably got involved yourself into it.
I won't touch on politics.
No, not even politics. I'm so tired of Kanye. Him and I just honestly, him and a lot of other people can get in
Dude,
the car.
I think the fly that landed on Pence's head officially has more followers than Kanye already. Like, let's be clear.
So, you already know if somebody's smart enough to create a Twitter account.
Oh, no,
last
there
night.
were like 20 of them within a
Were
half
they?
hour.
That is hilarious.
And like one of them was already up over 1 million as of this morning.
I mean, everyone's trying to gain a following, and
That's
Kanye
funny.
just can't get away from it. You know, even when he loses people rapidly, he still has
Kanye,
just a large.
I would
reach.
just like for him to just go away for a while and just kind of take a sabbatical and just figure out
Maybe
what's
just,
important in life.
Like, just, let's be honest, maybe get healthy.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say,
maybe-
yeah, like, for
get
real,
straight.
Like, seek help, because you know, I swear to God, we went to the Fab Five list.
I will
in a
say
second.
though, Gap stock has shot up since he joined that team.
I mean, that's nice, but you know, my whole thing is, like he was talking about, he wanted to do an Adidas and Nike collab, and there were people, even when we posted it on social media, there were people like, "Oh, that would be dope," and I'm like, "See, that shit right there is what I'm talking about. You even giving credence to such bullshit as an Adidas Nike collab, which will never happen, right? Unless one of them gets bought out, which, once again, ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. But that notwithstanding, for anybody that give any credence to that nonsense is what enables this dude. Like, sometimes you gotta let an idiot know that they said something idiotic. To sit there and act like there's some type of logic behind it or there's some rationale propping it up is what enables idiots to continue to say idiotic things. And so, and I
I'm
was
trying to hold back a guru joke right now.
and I would say this too, like, because I think people conflate genius, and so you can be a musical genius and not be a literal genius. You know, you can be a genius musically without being an intellectual genius. Like, just because Kanye can make good beats does not mean that shit he says is smart or intellectual. Just like if Einstein was alive today, I'm pretty sure he couldn't make hot beats for Jay-Z. Like, you know, like, so let's not conflate the two. Like, being a genius within a certain department does not mean that it translates to others. You just got what I said, didn't you? Just got what I said. Like, no, seriously, because people are like, oh, he's a genius. Like, yeah, musically. That doesn't mean that intellectually he's there.
So probably one of the best conversations I ever had back in the day. I used to hang with a lot of the Red Wings, and I was friends with Sergei Fedorov. And Sergei looked at me one day, and he was like, you know, how come? Because I met his agent was Mike Liut, who was a goalie and basically my idol when I was growing up. And he was like, you know, David, how come you don't get, you know, starstruck around me, just all these other people? And I'm like, dude, like, you have a God-given talent. Like, you have a natural ability. You are a hell of a hockey player and a great skater.
Right.
You want to impress me? Come write some code.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, but even with that being said, like, people just, you know, just have this idea that greatness translates to everything, and it doesn't. You can be great at one thing and not great at anything else. You know, that doesn't diminish your greatness. That's just how it is. But anyway, notwithstanding, Fat Five sneaker releases from the previous week. We'll start with number 5. And I got to be honest, it just feels like there's like this huge lull going on with sneakers right now. I know, you know, Nike did the whole restock or whatever.
The Jordan
recently.
Reserve.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm talking about actual like real releases, not restocks. it just seems like there's this lull. Like they're either just garbage or just basic or just nothing exciting.
The stash drop for the unions, which was surprising because they haven't used that technology in a while because people are able to spoof their phone or change their location.
Yeah.
I wasn't near a computer. I wasn't ready for it. But a lot of people that weren't in LA were able to purchase them just by spoofing on their phone.
Huh.
And if anyone's curious, I do that with iTools or Xcode.
Jesus. I'm gonna say this too. Just based on the level of hype alone attributed to this shoe, I am going to say that the Union 4 is by far the worst, ugliest release. I ain't gonna say the worst release because they're probably gonna sell just because they're limited. But they're definitely gonna be on my list of the ugliest releases of the year. Like we need to get to the point where sneakers are dope and not the name. Like the names attached to the sneakers do more of the selling of the shoe than the shoe themselves.
I agree with you. There's just one example I could think of where a collab just fucked up an amazing silhouette. The CPFM, the Dunks. It's like a studded type deal.
You gotta pull up a picture.
It's like little jewels on it.
Okay, but yeah, because just saying Union 4 does not get me excited. Just saying Supreme whatever does not get me excited. Show me the shoe. And if you can't show me the shoe, or if I'm not impressed by the shoe, I can give a fuck what name is attached to it.
Here, check this out. The Cactus Plant Flea Market, the exception to the rule you just said.
Oh, God. Take that. Okay, yeah.
And I'm saying it's hard.
I'm mad that I even
but
asked
it's hard
you
to mess up a shoe when it's one of the top silhouettes of the year. You know?
Yeah.
You have to try. They bedazzled it or whatever you call this, you know?
I mean, Supreme did it with the 14s when they did that stupid leather jacket.
They
bullshit.
do have the Jordan 1 pack coming out, though. I'm not sure when, but it's going to be...
based on the dunks.
with the stars.
Here we go. We rehashing ideas. Okay. So we can't think of nothing original, so let's just rehash this one from a few years ago.
Speaking of Supreme, they had the box logo drop, and that's normally the hottest item of the year for them or their biggest seller. And based off StockX prices, the average sale is only going 200, which is half of the usual, a.k.a. Supreme's losing their hype, not doing so hot.
Good. And I know I'm going to sound like the old man screaming at the clouds and screaming at the neighborhood kids to get off my lawn. I know. I just sound like I'm perpetually angry. But when you are surrounded by nonstop hype and everything is dope, it's like, I feel like I'm in a Lego movie. Like, everything is awesome. Like, and everything isn't, like, where's the baseline? Like, so what happens is when everything is dope, now the brands feel like they can do no wrong. They can come out with literal bullshit and you guys will buy it. And that lowers the bar. That lowers the standard. Now they don't have to try as hard. Not because we do more of the selling to ourselves than the brands do to sell to us. Once again, Emperor's New Clothes. We convince ourselves more that the Emperor's wearing clothes than the Emperor does. And so
I think some people are just buying sneakers just to see if they can even hit.
I mean, that could be a case too. But no, I guess I just feel like I'm like the lone voice in the wilderness saying like, hey, can we actually try? Like, can you actually try to make a dope shoe instead of just thinking that I'm going to buy it because it's limited or because, you've made a name for yourself and I'm going to buy it based on that?
Speaking of dope shoes that have come out or kind of been, like, under the radar low-key, they had the Why Not pack that didn't catch a lot of hype. Or I know that the retail price was kind of higher. The MSRP was a little too high for people, but I got them in hand. And I think that's one of my favorite pairs or packs I've copped recently.
They look like, they look dope. The price was what got me because I'm like, do I really want to spend?
If it was $2 Jordans, it would be no problem. But it's because it's a Converse. But there's one big topic. I don't know how many shoe nerds or how specific people want to get. But when I bought it, I was a little bit nervous because I didn't buy it to sell it. And in Jordans, I'm bigger than I am a Converse.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because I bought a size 11, but it came with a size 10.5 Converse. So like Nike took this into consideration and downsized everyone's Converse, which I think is genius. But my issue is I'm a 10 in Converse, 11 in Jordan. So I don't know if that's just me, but I appreciate Nike trying.
Yeah, that.
But it's interesting because the Converse sole has a proper label and the tongue has a different label.
There's a level of awareness that you can tip your hat at if you're a fan of Nike or Converse in that regard with adjusting the sizes. But I thought the pack was actually pretty cool. I thought it was.
They're simple.
Like I said, the price.
They're simple, but like the details are nice.
Yeah, I found nothing wrong with it other than the retail price. I just at that moment in time was just like, I don't know if I really want to spend $400, $300 maybe.
Well, after tax and shipping, it was like $450.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I liked them, but not that much.
Yeah.
Like, so if I, go to the Nike store and they got them, at the outlet, for 250, 300, easily. Uh, There's a lot of honking.
We should make an outlet trip. The one Tanger outlets.
Which one?
It's like in between here and Lansing.
Oh, the one in
I'm not
Howell?
sure. I'm not sure what city. Right around there
That's
though.
probably. We might have to send you.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, we might have to send you to go. We might have to make a grocery list of shoes for you to go.
I actually
Anybody that
won,
knows anything about Howell, Michigan?
I won the Medicom, the recent SB Dunks at a store I never been to. I don't want to say their name, but they're based in Howell. It was my first time out there, like other than just driving through,
Yeah.
And Dunks cost like $100, $110. I get there, the guy said it was $170. I'm like, I won a raffle fair and square. He's like, everyone's a reseller these days, so we're charging more. So it is what it is. Take it or leave it. And I took it and sold them anyway. So whatever.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm. That's the sad part. He's right though. Like everybody is a reseller nowadays. So whatever. Anyway, let's get to our list. Number 5. Once again, it's kind of slow right now.
Right. Fab 5.
Yeah. Number 5, we got the Nike Adapt Automax Fireberry.
I like this shoe, but not this color. They got the Air Mag color coming soon.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You talking about the Adapt BBs or the Automax? The Adapt BBs.
I gotta
seen
double
the
check
mag
which
color.
one the colorway's coming in.
Yeah, I think they got the Adapt BBs on the sneakers up already. Like, it's upcoming. But no, the Automax. I think it's a cool shoe. Was the retail price still $400 on that shoe? On the Automax?
I'm looking at the BB 2.0, and that's $350.
So the Max probably is $400. I feel like each iteration.
Yeah, it is $400.
Yeah, I feel like each iteration of the Nike Adapt line is getting closer and closer to that mag look. Because I'm wearing my Automaxes right now too, and they kind of have that mag look, especially on the toe box.
Do you have it connected to the app?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so, no, I like them. They're hella comfortable too. That's the one thing I will say. Like, it's not just looks. Like, they are comfortable as hell. They got this ridiculously large airbag in the
Do you
back.
like the Fireberry color?
They're cool. They're cool. I would say this compared to anything else this week, it made the list.
Fair.
So at number 5. So I mean, once again, I'm not mad at you if that $400 price tag bothers you, because I mean, I turned on $400 and that came with 2 shoes. $400 for this one shoe. The whole power lacing thing, that's cool, but at this point, these shoes are more of a novelty than anything
People are
else.
barely even tying their shoes.
I was gonna say, yeah. So, number 4, we have the PSG Air. Oh, my bad. PSG Jordan Air Zoom Renegade. I think those are dope. That's probably, and once again, this is one of those Jordan brand silhouettes that I think is actually pretty dope. It's a derivative of the.
I like the
Nike
clothing
Zoom
collection
something.
they put out.
Yeah, it's pretty dope too.
Yeah.
I like that shoe, and I like this colorway of it, or whatever, this theme to it. I like that shoe. I might actually go for that. And they look comfortable. They got the 2 Zoom pods on the forefoot, so I'm interested to see how comfortable they are or aren't. But from the looks of it, they look comfortable. So
I've been
Nike
running in the Alpha Fly Next that have the Zoom pods in front. So
But that's what it is. I know it was a derivative of some Nike shoe.
yeah,
but-
there's so many. I don't know if they're called hybrids or like mix matching of technologies. It's
Yeah.
like even just me mixing up the BB 2.0s and the Auto Adapts a second ago.
Well, at least I mean, but for them, and that's why I always laugh when they try to like distinguish their brands. Like, no, we're Jordan brand. Y'all share, y'all copy off each other's homework all the time. So I mean,
Right.
like let's not kid each other. Y'all are all under one umbrella. It's a swoosh shaped umbrella. Number 3, we have the Nike LeBron 18 James gang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that big fan of the LeBron 18s. I feel like it's a step down from the 17s, but that's just me.
Yeah, I've never been the biggest LeBron fan.
Oh, see, well, that's another reason why Guru doesn't like it.
Right, I'm like looking around, but it's
Yeah.
safe.
No, I like the
The last LeBrons I really cared for were I think the 11s or 12s personally.
Yeah, I like the 12s. I can't even remember what
I mean, there's
11s
some
look
I've liked, but I mean, like, had to have.
Yeah, the 13s I remember were horrible, especially to wear. 14s, 15s, 16s, 17s. All kind of similar, but I thought they were dope anyway. And I love the 17s. By far, honestly, if you ask me, the 17s were the best out of the whole line to me. Now, I know people are going to disagree. Some people love the 8s or the 10s or whatever. I thought the 17s were the best LeBrons out of the whole signature line.
Do you know which is Guru's favorite?
Whatever LeBron likes. Whatever's LeBron's favorite is going to be Guru's favorite. I don't know. I honestly can tell you. You know what? I probably would say the Zoom generations. He loves those to death. So
I had just bought a pair. It was the Miami Nights or the South Beach. I forgot if it was at 7 or 8s.
yeah.
It's like the turquoise with the pink laces.
Mm.
I just bought a pair. It's like it's the shoe I always wanted for like the last decade, but kept missing it or something.
Right.
I finally was like, fuck it, found decent price, bought it, failed authentication at GOAT, so I do not have them.
Wow. I hate that. I remember I was what was this, eBay, and I was looking for the Pippin 2s. Was it the Pippin 2s? Yeah, I think it was the Pippin 2s. Anyway, I was looking for those, and the guy, bought them, buy it now price, and waiting on a tracking number, and then like he waits like almost a full week later to tell me that his dog chewed up his shoe. I'm like, okay, but just say you didn't want to sell them, bro.
Ironically, I had a dog chew up a pair of it was the Barkley Foam Posit Maxes.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it, and it ripped the back heel tab right at where it said Barkley, so it was like it literally said Bark on it, which I thought
That was kinda dope.
it kind of like added a story to my sneaker.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Because they were wearable, they just had like a few teeth marks and the laces were ripped up. So
Oh yeah, when
I'll
we
still
blow
rock
up and
'em.
we're super famous, and then we get old, that's gonna be in a museum somewhere. You can tell that story.
hell yeah,
Has a little car right there that explains.
zoomed in on the bark.
Yes. Number 2, we had the Air Jordan Retro 3 Blue Cement. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of these either. I would think that I'd be more excited about these, seeing that these are just literally the blue version of the red versions. I think what kind of dampens the excitement for me is the fact that, with the red version, they put the Nike Air on the back. And then with the blue version, they put the Jump In on there. And I don't know why that's bothering me,
Well,
but
both
it is.
of them are just like a broke boy DJ Khaled or like an
Yeah, that's all
alternative.
it-
So
yeah.
it's nice that people can get them, I guess. But in terms of
Right.
colorway, I don't
Poor
think it's.
man's, we the best 3s.
Yeah, surprisingly, if you look at the sneakers app, they do those random polls here and there.
Yeah.
It says, "Would you double up on the blue cements?" And most people say no. So like that
Oh,
lets
they
you,
got the poles in there. Wow.
yeah, so that lets you know people are just not vibing them as much.
No, I mean, because I honestly,
10 years ago, what was it, the powder blues? This
Yeah.
would have done much better.
yeah,
A
most
long time
definitely. Oh,
ago.
most definitely. But I think that's what happens when you oversaturate with so many different colorways, and you just basically beat up on so many silhouettes, like 1s, 3s, 11s, like Jordan
Speaking of being up in ones and broke boy, they got the mochas coming out soon.
Mocha what 1s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty much the Travis Scott, but a white collar and the black and brown are inverted on the toe, I think.
I'm straight on them. Honestly, I'm so not excited for that shoe.
I like it.
No, I mean that's fine. I'm not trying to convert nobody. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm just not excited. I'm just not excited. Like
That's
I
how
don't
I
know.
feel about those lucky greens or whatever the white and greens coming up are.
13 or the ones.
The ones.
Oh yeah, those two. I don't know what it is. I'm just so indifferent now. I'm just like, I do not care. But going back to these 3s though, I don't know why Jordan Brand made that decision to just make these a Jordan Brand release and not I mean, they're all Jordan Brand releases, I guess, but to go with the Jordan Brand branding as opposed to the Nike Air, I don't know why they did that, but
They could just be recycling parts or tabs or
it could be. I would hate to think that they're doing that though, because I don't feel like, because this shoe was thought of and made up before COVID happened. So
yeah, I think they released in Europe a while ago.
yeah, so this isn't a response to COVID or nothing. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not that excited for them. Like
Speaking of delayed in Europe getting early, we also just had the Air Max 3s or the Air Max 90s dropping the laser blue, and they're sitting. I'm surprised more people didn't care about that sneaker.
I don't know.
I thought it was not like a staple, but I thought it was right up there with the infrared, or like it's almost got like a Lions vibe to me, maybe.
But this is what happens when you don't know your demographic though. Like I I mean, and I will say this: it's hard to forecast. I mean, because like I just said, when they make shoes, it's usually mapped out 18 to 24 months ahead. So like from concept to retail, that's how long it takes for a shoe to get into your hands, and um, so it is kind of hard to forecast. However, man, like I don't know, I feel a malaise going on. Yeah, you got the hype stuff going on. People are gonna jump on those, like once again the Union Fours and shit like that. But other than that, I don't know. I just don't feel like there's anything really going on right now. But that could just be me. I don't know. And then number one, we have the PSG Air Jordan Retro 4, which I think are dope. No,
I
those
like
are
'em.
dope. I like that. It's a different look. I like how they did the heel tab. It got the logo, and then it has like the black stripes on at the top, and the colorway, the maroon colorway. What is it? The burgundy colorway. I love
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say a little splash of purple or whatever.
Yeah, I love that. I love that look. And then I like how they got the toe box with that. It's reminiscent of the military forest, military blue forest with that kind of tanned nubuck toe box. I love that. Um, I don't know. Overall, I think it was a pretty dope shoe. Once again, I wish that it had Nike Air branding on the outsole.
Right.
I will say this. I just feel like anything 1 through 6 should have Nike Air branding. Like I just feel like I know Jordan Brand is once again trying to act like they're their own brand and separate Nike. We all know better. Like you're not fooling us with that shit. I just think that doing that, I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't bother me the way it is, but right now it's bothering me. Like to see a jump, because I remember when the ones first started coming on, they had the Jumpman logo on the heel. That bothered the shit out of me, and I think that's part of the reason why I never really got into the mids, because they really did it with the mids. They stopped doing it, but
Mids are coming out in some interesting colorways.
Yeah.
They're trying. I mean, I don't know if they're trying hard to be innovative or trying hard to just copy classics without completely
Yeah.
replicating it.
no, I do agree. I always say that they use the ones as like guinea pigs to like try out different things that they may be too scared to do with the OG one.
Right.
But I think that's part of the reason why I never got in the mids is because I was just so used to ignoring them because of that Jumpman logo on the heel. It just bothered me because it's just, I don't know. It just, ugh. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too extra, but ugliest release of the week. This is without question. Now, mind you, people know how much I hate Yeezys. I don't care what shoe comes out. I have yet to be impressed. However, there was a shoe even more uglier than a Yeezy. And I should tell you something, that I bumped a Yeezy for this shoe.
What company is it?
Nike.
The ISPA Drifter or whatever?
Yes, it's
Okay.
the Nike.
The fact that I guessed that, it's a bad shoe.
It's a horrible shoe. Nike Drifter Gator ISPA. Now, I know somebody's going to say, oh, but they're comfortable. Okay. They better be being that
A few
ugly.
episodes ago, I was kind of contrasting and comparing ISPA to the ACG.
Yeah.
And it's like I like what their mission or goal is. Just
Yeah.
some of the projects are like shouldn't have come out.
It's either the price point or just the overall aesthetic. Because I know the one pair was going like for $500.
The Road Warrior was the nickname.
Yeah, Road. It's like, bro, I'll keep that.
I tried to buy it, but was glad I missed. It was like, all right, whatever.
I'm glad you missed.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
But this Drifter Gator, man, I'm sorry, bro. Like, once again, like it's hard for me to imagine a group of designers sitting around a table and having to show this to their superiors, and everybody being like, "Yeah, these are dope. Like, let's sell those." Like, I just cannot fathom. I wish, honestly, invite Nike, whoever, whatever brand, invite me to these meetings. I just want to know what the process looks like. I don't want to know what's being said and how they're able to convince you to put some of this shit out. This shoe right here, like once again, I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, but they're hella comfortable." First of all, quit acting like y'all buy shit off of comfort, because y'all been buying the same uncomfortable ass Jordans for years now. So don't talk to me about comfort. That might be an added plus.
What are you
once
gonna say
get
the
to
most comfortable Jordans are?
I would have to say, ooh,
I'm gonna say 3s or 4s.
nope. If you asking me the most comfortable Jordans, I'm gonna say something newer like the 28s.
See, I don't have experience
Or-
with those really.
Shit, the 28s, 29s. The 34s were fucking incredible. Like, if we're going off of comfort, right? And so I cannot tell you a retro that's comfortable, especially the way they try to reimagine it too, because they'll do small little things to change it that end up changing.
Like too narrow all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden it become narrow, like the Jordan 12s.
Yeah,
Like
I know
my-
they redid the toe.
Yeah, like my OG 12s are so much more different than the newer version of 12s. Like they cut to my feet now.
They
and
had
it's just-
reshaped the dunks, the SBs at least, and
Yeah.
then it's weird because every now and then there'll be like an SB collab, like Diamond or
Yeah.
Concepts, and they'll go back to like the old cut, but
Yeah.
then they're still releasing the new. It's like just slight little differentiations
Yeah.
or modifications.
And it's
but-
just weird. It's like, yo, like, first of all, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, this is what I hate when Gentry come in there and just ruin everything. Like, I don't know if they're just trying to, like, cut corners by, like, reshaping it because they think it's going to be, like, less material or what the rationale is. It's annoying to me, though. Like I said, to go from being able to comfortably wear one of my favorite Jordans, which would be the 12, and now all of a sudden we've got to be like, I got to take the insole out just to wear these, for more than 30 minutes.
You do know the most comfortable shoe though, right?
Ever.
Probably Yeezys.
But see, when people buy those, I wish people. My point was going to be, I wish people would quit acting like they buy shit for comfort because they don't. Like there might be certain shoes.
I think it helped the Ultra Boost.
No, what I'm saying is some people, like, depending on what you're trying to do, like if you're trying to go jogging and you're buying certain shoes for the performance, yeah, you're going to look for comfort. But for the overall group of sneakerheads and or hypebees, you're buying it based on the hype and looks. You're not buying off of comfort. The comfort is an added bonus after the fact.
I'll buy a half size up or down wrong just if it's a better price.
Yeah, but the
sometimes.
comfort is something that's after the fact. Like you're not buying it for that. Even if it was uncomfortable, you still gonna keep that shoe.
That should be a call-in segment. Like, what's like the most off size you went up or down to make it happen?
Yeah, that would be.
You know, before StockX or before you could like
Yeah,
have
that would
access to
be
all this,
interesting.
like, I've squeezed into a 10 or made a 12 fit.
That would be interesting. But yeah, that Nike Drifter Gator ISPA. First of all, the name is dumb and stupid, so you already know the shoe's gonna look dumb and stupid. But I don't even know what they were going for with that. Like there's like a zipper on the back. and
Acid.
Somebody was high. Somebody was high. Nike needs to really, really shore up the drug testing policy if they're allowing stuff like that to go.
Or put me in that
Unchecked.
think tank.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to I'm not even going to get involved in the meeting. I just want to be an audience. I just want to watch and see what things are being presented, how they're being pitched.
It's the boardroom chat. That's dude.
Right, but it's just
that's
like,
our whole
what?
like. Do you understand? Like, so there's a mashed potato machine
Uh-huh.
coming to 7-Elevens
Why?
because there was a boardroom meeting.
Oh, I thought this was a joke.
No, this is not my joking face. No, it's a machine
This is not
like a Slurpee machine that's gonna pump out mashed potatoes, gravy,
Wow.
corn.
So you're saying invest
some
in
other stuff.
7-Eleven stuff.
Like I'm just saying. Like so like but like that was we talked about it on the show. Like I want a videotape of that boardroom conversation. Where like because some guy was like, guys, I got it.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato machine.
You know what people are missing when they go to 7-Eleven and they're going in there for a convenient drink and or snack?
Right.
Mashed potatoes.
Pack of smokes, a Red Bull,
Right.
and
Lottery tickets.
and a bowl of sadness because
Yes.
KFC is closed. That's
KFC is closed?
No, well,
Oh.
at that time of night, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, like, well,
Hey,
shit, the way they
the
going.
look of concern you have.
I know, right? Like, I was like, my childhood is being ripped
Ru-
away from me.
Ruby Tuesday just filed for bankruptcy.
Did they?
Yeah.
You know what okay.
I
This
live
has
next
nothing to do with
door to
sneakers.
one, and they're emptying out the restaurants right now.
This has nothing to do with sneakers, but they fucked up. They fucked up because they tried to get too fancy. Because they were
Right.
kind of like Fudd
With their
Ruckers.
salad
No,
bar?
dude,
Red Robins.
you were Ruby Tuesday. Like you had, dude. They had a great salad bar. They had some good steaks.
They had an average salad bar.
The one by
Salad
my
bar was cool.
the one
It
by
was
my
cool.
house was always solid. Like it was like always like
But no.
super well stocked, no matter what time of day. Like they took care of it.
Remember when they first, but they were like a Fudd Ruckers, Red Robin-ish type of restaurant.
Red
where-
Robin potato skins.
See, I don't know that I would no. So like to me, they were like a step above like Bennigan's and TGI Fridays.
No, I'm talking about as far as ambiance.
like they were
as far as
right.
style and ambiance.
Yeah.
Now the food we can always debate.
Oh no, I just know overall, like
Yeah,
overall vibe. I'm just talking
yeah.
like so there was like like TGI Fridays and Bennigan's, and then like Ruby Tuesday was a step above them,
Yes.
and then you had like the Red Robins and those kind of
yes.
I want a potato
But
skin
then-
inspired sneaker now.
Jesus Christ. But then they tried to get all fancy. Now all the waitresses and waiters are wearing all black. They had the fancy lamps, and they changed their whole style.
be what you are.
Exactly.
Be just
And to me, it turned me
Just be
off
what
because
you
I'm
are.
like, yo, like, why, like you're serving the same food but trying to act like you're fancy. Like, no.
Yeah, no, it's still a $10.99 steak.
Thank you. Like, if I want to get steak, I'm not going.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
they don't pull this crap at Outback.
Exactly.
No.
No, not at all. So, man, that's messed up though that they're filing for. And they biscuits used to be good, and they came with these cracker biscuits that they try to pass off as biscuits. They're more like scones at this point. This is horrible. Because I tried going back like a while ago, and it was just like,
Like,
bruh.
dude, I haven't been to a Ruby Tuesday in 7-8
You know who I
months.
haven't been in so long?
Like
Red Lobster. Like Red Lobster is when you don't feel like making frozen like seafood dinners yourself, and so you go to a restaurant and they have them do it.
because you can buy the cheddar biscuits.
That's
at,
all I go.
at
Like,
Meijer
if
now.
I was to go to TGI,
Dude,
I
you
mean,
can buy those at Meijer now.
but I would probably want it from there just because it can make it hot and fresh. It'd probably be a
Dude,
little bit better.
you can buy the mixes.
Is it the
and
same though?
It is. Oh no, it is.
Okay.
Like you can
All
buy
right.
the mixes and you can make them yourself, or you can buy them out of the frozen section and just throw them in like the microwave or the oven for a few minutes, and you're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right. I mean, 'cause I never tried it, but I haven't been around. Once I had good seafood, I was like, never again. I'm not going.
No, like Red Lobster. Was
Real lobsters
like,
when you don't know no better.
yeah, Red Lobster was like the
That's
McDonald's
what
of
it is.
seafood.
It
Like
is.
they really were. Like it's because I grew up on the East Coast, so like when I was a kid, I grew up in New England. So I mean, lobster is what they call poor man's chowder. I mean that was
Oh, wow.
yeah. I mean, lobster was $0.25 a pound out. I mean that was yeah. And then I moved down to D.C. and then you got the D.C. Baltimore. It's all about the crab. It's all about the that kind of stuff. I mean, the Midwest is kind of landlocked, so you don't know any better.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like
I was just talking from a poor standpoint. Like, yo, like I was too poor to know what good seafood was.
Yeah.
I went to Lobster Fest last year at Hart Plaza. That was one of the biggest disappointments of my life.
dude. So you want good lobster, and it's already passed this year.
Tom's Oyster Bar.
Decent.
I'll take it.
Mudgee's in Corktown does their lobster month every year, and they like fly in just hundreds of lobster every day from the East Coast, and they do lobster rolls. They do all kinds, and they're like literally the best place
You eat
around
them
here.
cold or hot?
Honestly, there I'll do either.
I prefer cold.
Yeah, well, I mean it's East Coast, like Boston traditional. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny how like we always go on the food tangent. But yeah, Red Lobster, man. Like honestly, it really feels like like you just too lazy to make the frozen dinner yourself, so you went to Red Lobster and had them do it for you and serve it to you as if you was at a restaurant.
Oh, perfect. So we were talking about the McDonald's collaborations, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see who's up next?
J Balvin.
Yep.
D-
And he's previously publicly said he would never eat McDonald's and that shit's trash.
Dog, this is what's funny. Like
And
that's
now he's got the
I know.
necklaces and like the Coke and fries.
It's almost like when DJ Khaled was just like rejuvenator until Crep showed up with a check and it was like crep, and it was like okay, right, okay, and Crep paid him like $3 million, do absolutely nothing. But anyway, yeah, J
Have there
Balvin.
been has there been any figures released on what that collab resulted in from an ROI perspective with McDonald's? Yeah.
I think they said they have less drive-through time and they're up like 4% or something.
Okay.
Because my kid, so my 10-year-old son, he has always been, I want a hamburger with just lettuce and ketchup on it. That's all he ever eat, or McNuggets. Those are the only
Wait, but now he's a real rager.
dude. Now all of a sudden that whatever who's he what's it YouTuber thing came out, and that's all he eats now. Like that's all he wants. Like he literally has. If I would let him, he would eat that at least once a day.
Well, in that sense, they reached their audience then, because I'm not that audience. I am, yeah.
Dude, I tried one. it's it's a McDonald's bacon cheeseburger. Like
I'm-
that's
Right.
I'm surprised I haven't tried it yet.
I'm surprised you haven't tried it out.
Yeah,
either.
just
It
curiosity
seems
and,
like
so. And I
something.
know you knock.
I
and
bought
do.
one of the T-shirts.
I know you knock McDonald's all the time. I will say this: their quarter pounders and their double quarter pounders have gotten remarkably better.
Really?
So from what I understand, they've changed how they do those two burgers in particular, where they don't freeze them. So that was always Wendy's thing, is it's never frozen, yada yada.
Yeah.
So apparently, they do that. The quarter pounder or as I call it, the heart attack and the double heart attack with cheese, have gotten remarkably better.
They need to remake the Big Mac then too, because there's more bread than meat on there.
But it always has been.
I know.
That's
I know.
that's your brain going, oh, SpaghettiOs were amazing. Yeah, go get you a can of SpaghettiOs now,
Yeah.
and because they haven't changed, and tell me how amazing they are.
Right.
That's soggy noodles and ketchup
Shit, not even ketchup. It's just
and
like
sugar.
red water. God.
I did that for I think it was about 2 weeks. I did the flashback cereal challenge, just on Facebook, where I was like, you know what, I'm going to the grocery store. Well, I didn't go to the grocery store. I ordered it all from Shipt. And I was one day it was Apple Jacks, and then Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes,
So you fancy.
Fruity
We had
Pebbles.
to Focus Hope. We had to go in the half circle and get the rice cereal and the.
So, but here's the thing. So that
There was
all,
no color, by the way, either. It was just black and white
dude,
boxes.
So that was all. That was also part of it. Is there are a lot of them where I like the Aldi brands more than I like the name brands.
I don't know which brand it is, but
Private label is the way to go, in my opinion.
like Fruit
Dude,
Loops.
Aldi's amazing.
I hate Fruit
Well,
Loops.
for a lot of things, Aldi's amazing.
I hate Fruit Loops, but there's this off-brand that's so much better than Fruit Loops because it
once
doesn't
had
get
Sergey
soggy as
Fedorov.
fast.
Is
Fruit Loops.
what is it? I think that's the kind that I got. It's like the fruity circles
Fruitios
or whatever.
something like-
Yeah.
It stays so it doesn't get soggy as fast,
Right.
and it actually is more flavorful. And I'm like, man, this is better cereal. And you're right. There's a lot of off-brand cereal that's actually better than the name brand. Like there's certain things that I would not eat. Like Miracle Whip. There's no substitute for Miracle Whip. I don't care what. It's just no. If it ain't Miracle Whip, I don't want it.
Okay.
So like Hellman's, get the fuck out of here with that. I don't want it.
Well, but it's a different taste profile.
Yeah.
Like that's like you. So to me, that's
the
like
problem.
comparing
A
A1.
sandwich is not a sandwich.
That's like comparing A1 and Heinz 57. They're two different sauces for two different things. Like
kind of.
one's mayo, one's not.
One
Like
is-
Miracle Whip is not mayo.
It
And don't like, dude, I'm a Miracle Whip guy.
I'm
But
just
when it
saying
comes to
it's-
certain food prep, you got to use mayo because it's a
So,
different consistency.
I don't like either,
Yes.
but to me, Miracle Whip and mayo is very similar.
Miracle Whip, so Miracle Whip
But then
has
I like ranch, and I'm like, nah, it's a whole nother family.
see,
even though I know
which is
it's
funny because
not.
if you're a ranch guy, I would assume you were a Miracle Whip guy.
Now a ranch, like if it ain't Hidden Valley, I do not want it. Like I
Ooh,
don't-
no.
Hidden Valley got the best ranch.
Disagree.
Bullshit.
Try
I will
Aldi's.
strongly disagree.
I,
with that.
dude, I was that guy. I grabbed Aldi's. Kills it.
B-Dubs has the best
You
ranch.
put breadcrumbs in your macaroni. What?
B-Dubs has some good ranch.
What you say?
Ranch from Buffalo Wild Wings is up there,
Ooh,
I would say.
I don't know what kind that is, but
Probably
I'll give
some
you
sort
that.
of in-house.
It is pretty good too.
Yeah.
I will give you that. But still, Hidden Valley is the bomb. How are we talking about this and not sneakers? I don't know, but
Oh, that's where I was. Actually, that's where I was going originally. Is you were talking about you need a McDonald's collab.
Oh,
There was a KFC. KFC did a collab with Crocs. And,
Oh, yeah, I got
and
some.
I remember that bullshit. Yeah.
I had the shoe, and I forgot what they call the little giblets.
Yeah,
It smelled like fried chicken.
which
Oh,
is
my God.
so wrong to me.
Well, what was wrong was I had people calling me for the sneaker. And then while we're on it, Justin Bieber has a pair of Crocs coming out soon. And Post Malone's been having Crocs, and Bad Bunny just had Crocs. I posted a pic. Everyone's
I
got
just want
a
to jump on
Crocs
this window
deal.
head first.
Yo, why don't we reach out to Crocs for a sponsorship?
I don't, because I'm never gonna wear them.
I won't either. Shout out Crocs.
It would be like, and I can't bitch about.
I'm happy to say I've never in my life owned a single pair of Crocs.
Actually, at my job, they try to get us to wear Crocs because this one area is like really sensitive and whatnot. So they ain't want us wearing our work boots to track in any type of contaminants. And
Okay.
so we had to go into this room that was like a blow off area.
Yep.
and put on Crocs. And I was just so adverse. I was like, I'm not wearing these. Like, move me to another area. Like, I don't want to. No, I'm not wearing these.
I know a lot of chefs use them in the kitchen.
Look, I'm
Oh,
pretty
that was
sure.
who was it? It was Mario Batali. That was like on Iron Chef America. Like he was always running around in Crocs all the
And
time.
I've actually worn a pair, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Well,
You know?
I understand
They're
like
not that
if you need it
comfortable to me.
for work or this or that, but I don't understand why they're paying rock stars to endorse their product.
I don't know either. I mean, people at this point, rock stars will take any check. Anybody take any check. Nobody has integrity anymore.
I'll take the check.
Like, I'll actually say no because I know I'm not gonna wear your shit, and it will just be a waste of time for both parties.
If it's a big enough bag of money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Let's
let me
be
say
clear.
this. Let me
Dude, everybody
let me clean it up. Then.
everybody has a price.
Let me clean it up. You're right. Let me clean it up. If you see me wearing Crocs, it's because they pay me so much money I couldn't say no.
There you go.
Put it like that. But if they're just like, hey, wear these Crocs, we'll send you some
And
free
if you want to
pairs.
share your contact information,
Shit, my contact is my routing number and my bank account. That's the only contact information they need. But no, but if they were like, oh, we'll send you some free Crocs if you shout us out,
well,
I'd be like,
like
nah, I'm
it's
straight.
like Sean Wotherspoon. He was in an interview saying he doesn't like Adidas, he doesn't care for them, he would never put a product out by them.
And then he did.
Yeah, after after the Nike deal and then after the Asics deal.
So I would never say that. Like I would never like. If
And
I
now,
don't,
if you look at the value, everything he's done with Adidas, there's whether or not there's resale doesn't matter, but just statistically looking, all his other stuff is much more valuable.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't that impressed with his collab with Adidas anyway. But I think it's better than J Balvin's fucking Air Jordan 1. That Air Jordan 1, I take it back. His shoe is the ugliest collaboration in the history of collaborations. It is by far the ugliest shoe of the year. It is way worse than Union Forest. Now I'm about to get mad because these brands, I'm starting to really get pissed off with brands just thinking that they're going to just fucking throw some celebrity or some influencer on a shoe and think it's going to sell. Not everybody that's famous is a designer. Not everybody that has a following deserves to get behind a shoe or a product and come out with their own version of it. This is what happens when you just enable people and give them the ability and opportunity to come up with collaborations, and they come up with bullshit like this. That shoe is so horrible. And the fact that they actually said, yeah, we're going to release this. We're going to send out
But what
pictures.
does that say about the American public, though? Because at the end of the day, it comes down to, they'll buy it.
This is going to, you know what? This is going to be my
Majority
hold
of
up.
these buyers aren't necessarily going to be American.
This is going to be my, this is going to be my barometer for as far as my faith in humanity. If these shoes sell and I see people wearing these shits,
They will.
I
His
am
fan
moving to
base-
another planet.
His fan base is huge.
Look, this is what I would tell. I
But
just
I'm
had this
saying
argument.
non-sneakerheads
See, that's what
will jump in.
this is where I would challenge anybody. If you went back to the 80s and you said, okay, I got Run DMC or I got Michael Jackson to endorse my product, almost everybody would unanimously go with Michael Jackson. Bigger name. This is before all the controversy and shit. You would go with Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson did not help LA Gear nearly as much as Run DMC helped Adidas. Why? Because
Because
authenticity.
Michael Jackson never released a song called L.A. Gear.
Well, that authenticity, authenticity, and look, right? You love Michael Jackson. You're not trying to dress like him. Nobody's trying to walk around wearing all leather like that. Not unless you're at Sturgis.
Well, I mean, Eddie Murphy.
Well, you gotta be super fucking rich to where nobody cares. We're talking about normal people. Normal people. This is why I like
Hey,
Cameron.
don't be dismissive. It's National Kink Month. Don't be
Only-
dismissive of the BDSM crowd.
Only
Good to know.
time is on a rare occasion is work. Like
I know that because of a show that I ran yesterday for a licensed sexual therapist that
Oh,
runs on
wow.
our network. Yeah.
But like Cameron, he was
We'll
able.
talk.
He was he was able to get people to wear pink and shit. But let's be honest, the only person that people really thought could get away with it was him, and that's because he's
Really?
so rich
Really?
and famous.
Let's go back to the 80s. How many people you remember walking around wearing one glove?
No, people were doing that. Oh, time out.
What? No,
Time out, time out. Time out. People were doing that.
I remember Macaulay was doing it.
People were doing that. People were wearing it. But I'm saying, but that's up to a point though. Like wearing one glove is not that much of a fashion statement. Getting me to wear a whole bunch of buckles and leather and walking around like I can get away with wearing one glove. That don't mean I can get away wearing an entire outfit like Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, no, unless you were a goth kid, you weren't going down that
Yeah.
route. Yeah.
That you was not gonna dress like you might have the Thriller jacket, which the Thriller jacket was dope actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna wear the entire outfit. You're not gonna have the flooding pants with the white socks and the the black penny loafers and shit. You can't pull that off like Michael, so you're not even gonna try. And so, my point was going to be, and because I was talking to some people in marketing today, about like if Nike was to if Nike was trying to push a product who would be more influential, Kim Kardashian or a group of micro influencers, and I said the group of micro influencers because depending on who your target audience is, if you're trying to reach somebody that within the sneaker community or who's into sneakers in general, I don't know how much movement Kim Kardashian is going to have. Like, she's going to give you exposure. That exposure alone is not going to create engagement.
I
True.
think that's where it comes to like trends and fads, and like Kim K might give you like one hot item, but like people aren't gonna want to see like longevity behind.
But
that
this
collab.
But here's the
notion-
difference. So we are no longer in a network TV world.
Mhm.
We are in an on-demand streaming world. And so that's why you have the Netflixes, the Hulus, the whoever that will spend the money to produce a hyper-focused niche content
Yeah.
show because they know it'll catch. Will it last more than 1 or 2 seasons? Probably not, based
Right.
on everything we've seen so far.
Right.
But they will take that leap and they will make their money off of it, and then they will move on to the next one.
Right. No, that's what, that kind of goes to my point
Yeah.
of exposure alone does not create engagement. Just because Kim Kardashian might get you more eyes doesn't mean that those eyes are going to
No,
engage or therefore spend money.
dude,
on
I go
said
back. I
product.
always go back to that Instagram chick that like she had 1.5 million
It
followers.
couldn't sell
Tried
20
to launch a
shirts.
clothing line. Could not sell 20 T-shirts to her followers.
Now, that's not to say that Kim couldn't move the needle or something else, but the example given was a Nike. Most people that are into Nike aren't necessarily moved by what Kim Kardashian does or doesn't do. Nobody gives a shit. So they're more influenced by people that they can relate to, and that's why the micro influencers would be more, I think, valuable in that instance. And so basically, going back, this whole conversation goes
Well,
back.
also on that topic, you got to look at what you're putting in and what you're getting out, and you could work with, like you said, the influencers at a much cheaper rate than you could Kim K.
Exactly, because all you got with the micro influencers, what you got to do, just give them the product.
I didn't want to say it. But
Yeah,
pretty
like, I
much.
mean, like most people, and it's always funny to me now because I see people, I see brands, starting to give other people product, and I always, I smile because it's like, you see them excited and you happy for them because when you're not used to that, or when that happens to you for the first couple times, you're excited. You're like, oh shit, the brands, they are aware of me enough to send me said product. But
Oh, there's a little.
yeah, yeah. But after a while, it was like I'm not. You realize you're getting played because it's like I'm doing the marketing for you. You're sending me this product. I'm getting excited. I'm creating content for you.
I have such a great story about this, but it is not for on the air.
Oh boy. Okay, after the show, the sneaker box after dark. And so like like
See, you're tired of it. I'm at the point where if I get a package,
I'm
I'll
like-
still be excited.
I'm just smart enough to know y'all not about to cut me the check. Like let me determine. I would rather have the check than the shoe. Because at least with the check, I can do whatever I want to. With the shoe, like I'm stuck with that. And I love sneakers.
You literally refuse to sell the shoe
Yeah, I want to sell a shoe. I'll give it away before I sell it.
for a charitable donation.
No, I give it to charity. I did it plenty of times. Like Kids for Kids. Like if I didn't like the shoe, okay, here.
We should get something going for the holidays.
We should.
However you want to look at it,
But the
giveaway
point,
type thing.
but the point going back to this J Balvin's thing, and this is where I get frustrated because it's like, and this is why brands don't know how to stop. They always wait for the audience to tell them when that line is where they crossed it, instead of knowing where the line is themselves.
I'm curious if McDonald's is just picking Nike collaborators at this point, or like who knew
Probably.
first.
Probably. But I'm just talking about that shoe. That shoe is trash. Like, never mind the McDonald's thing because I have no intentions on buying into that shit no more than I bought into the Travis Scott shit. His shoe is so fucking ugly. It's so horrible. I mean, it looks like a 5-year-old went in there and went crazy. It looks so just
Premium
bad.
materials.
You know when your kid comes in? Oh, okay. You know when your kid comes home with a finger painting or some type of art project for school. We all know it's pretty bad, but as parents,
Put
you
it on
wanna-
the fridge anyway.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're proud of it. Oh, this looks good. That's what it felt like. It just felt like Jordan Brown was like, oh, we're gonna put this in the refrigerator, J Balvin's. You know what I'm saying? Like, next to the turkey he made with the outline of his hand. Yeah, like it's such a. That is by far the worst show. I know I've shitted on the unions, but that J Balvin's is 100%. And I was talking to a designer this week too, and he was saying the exact same thing. He was just like, "Yo, like, what's going on now? Like, these collaborations are just so bad." And I'm like, I don't know.
Speaking of collabs and looking bad, there's an upcoming SB Dunk, and I'm not entirely sure who the collaborator is with. I originally thought it was Civilist, but I know they just did a project. But it's basically an SB Dunk bringing back the elephant print. Maybe it was Atmos or something.
Okay.
But basically, when you and me think
The
elephant
dunk
print,
low, I think that's
yeah.
yeah.
But like when you think elephant print, like you think like that cement Jordan texture,
yeah.
right?
Right.
Whatever's on, and I love dunks, but whatever this print is, it's not what we're expecting or what we're used to. I'm gonna see who the collaborator is.
Man, I just
Also, speaking of dunk, Sean Cliver, one of the guys who was behind the Strangelove dunks, he has another SB coming up that's looking nice.
I got to see it. I don't know, man. I'm just used to when collaborators put effort because they knew this was their possible one opportunity to come up with their own unique thing. And so they will create themes and stories. Like this is when remember back in like SBs were like real big and they did a whole bunch of collaborations. They was based on particular themes and stories independent to those different skate shops that had the chance to do those collaborations. And usually they executed them very well.
The thing I was talking about, the elephant print, it was
Yeah.
Atmos. They've got this
Okay.
upcoming one right here.
And
But I was saying,
so-
like, if you look at the cement print, what are your thoughts? Does that look right or does that look off?
I mean, had you not said anything, I don't think I would have noticed, honestly. I mean, it looks kind of the same. I don't know. I mean, I would never buy that pair, so I wouldn't necessarily dissect it too much.
Fair.
Um,
But yeah, you're saying they used to tell stories, or
Yeah, they
recently
used to-
Atlas just had
they used
that
to be
drop
dope
with a
though.
great story.
They used to be dope. They used to be executed very well because people put more effort into it. And I think now people kind of fall back. That's okay. It's okay. I'm not excited about it, but whatever. But now it just feels like, well, we know we're gonna sell out anyway because it's gonna be limited. So just based on that alone, people are gonna try to get it because they're gonna try to resell it.
I was actually last episode. I was sitting here entering raffles, and I hit one of those from that night.
Which ones?
I don't want to say where, but it was
No, I
for
mean,
the,
what shoe?
the Atlas ones.
Okay. Now I do. You know what shoe I do want with those Slam Jam Dunks, the white ones though.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say one pair already dropped, and then
Yeah,
the
the
other
white
pair
ones.
is going to.
Those Slam Jam. No, that's nice. That's pretty dope. And I
Yeah.
like how they once again thinking outside the box. That clear midsole, that milky midsole.
Yeah,
pretty dope.
they're simple but like nice little accents.
Yeah, I love them. But other shoes to look forward to. These are some shoes that like I did not. I don't know. I ain't gonna say I did not know were coming, but I do want to start off with this Adidas D Rose 11. I wish Guru was here because there's so many facets to this. Because he's no longer the player he used to be, but yeah, he still has a signature line.
You said it's C11.
Yeah. And it doesn't, honestly, like, some shoes look like a signature shoe, and some shoes look like something you would find at, like, Ross or at Burlington Coat Factory. Like some Nike, Adidas, like just some basic shit, to cut your grass in.
Right.
And that's what they look like to me. Nothing about them screams signature model. Nothing about those just, I don't know. It's just...
I think he
know.
teased.
And I want to like D Rose's shoes.
I think he teased a project with Kanye recently. It was like a shoe and got horrible.
Yeah, they were go-kart racing or something, right?
Something. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was. I don't even know what to call it. Like an atrocious rubber boot looking thing.
Oh my god, yeah, I can't do it, man. Nike has a bunch of stuff that's coming out. No shit, right? There's a lot of shoes that they got coming out. They got a lot of Blazer mids coming out. Like Nike, Nike get stuck on a particular. Oh my God. Once Nike gets stuck on a particular silhouette or colorway or certain look, like like for a while they were doing safari print and everything. For a while they were doing elephant print and everything, infrared everything, and then they like beat up silhouettes like the Air Jordan 1, Air Max 97s for a while. Now that it seems like they're just going to beat up on these Blazers, they're just going to pump them out, and so they got a lot of Blazer mids. Some of the ones that I'm most excited about, well, the one has a Blazer, but it's really a pack, and that's the what is it? Where is that at? God damn it. Oh, have a good game pack. That pack looks so dope. I can't wait for it to come out. I don't know. There's yet to be a release date for that. They just keep saying sometime soon. When that is, I don't know. I'm gonna be pissed if it's gonna be some type of shock drop, like some type of quick strike. I want a release date. Well, I kind of wish it was a shock drop now that I think about it, because everybody knows when they come out, everybody and their bots are gonna be on there.
There's only one Nike bot killing it right now, and it's the shit bot. That's literally their name.
I know, yeah,
TSB.
you told us about that one.
And they're destroying it right now. Go shut down, and B&B is getting filtered. TSB has two modes, NSWBA and NSA, which is basically like saying desktop or app.
Yeah.
And they have the best cookie generator in the game right now, and consecutively hitting.
Oh, there you have it. That's why you can't get your shoes, because of the shit app. But they do have some. But some of these Blazer mids, like I said, you got the have a good game Blazer mids, and the Air Force One, the white pairs, cold. You got the Freddy Krueger 95s. Still don't know when those are gonna drop. Looking forward to those.
They're doing a spooky 97 too, I think. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
I seen
nickname
that.
was, but
And the trainer ones.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah. I'm kind of going through this list. There's a daybreak. There's a women's daybreak that's pretty dope. It's like a denim polka dot type thing.
I avoid polka dots.
We were
talking about Dusty Rhodes.
Well, it's a
earlier.
women's. Oh wow.
That's when I think polka dot.
You
All I
think of
hear is
Dusty
his
Rhodes.
theme song.
I think of that guy that Biggie dissed in his career before it started. I can't remember what his name was, but no, it's a women's daybreak that I think is pretty dope. Women should check it out. Pharrell got some NMDHUs. Why are these still a shoe?
I'm wearing Pharrell's right now.
Yeah, I know.
And regardless if you're a fan of his shoe,
Yeah.
the ones coming out are going back to the old soul, where these are like the trail or the hiking one.
Yeah.
So I do like the old cut better that he's bringing back.
I don't know. I'm just kind of tired. Like, I just felt like
To me, they're a heavy Yeezy.
not even the comfort or anything like that. I'm just like,
Well, they are heavy.
I'm tired of seeing the same shoe over and over and over and over. Like, as much as I bitch about Travis Scott, at least he did give us a 4 and a 6 and different silhouettes, whereas Pharrell is just giving us the same shoe over
he took
and
one
over
model.
and over.
I think it was like the 23. It was one random Jordan. Like everyone was
Yeah, yeah.
surprised he did,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, like that's dope that he at least acknowledged a model no one cared about.
Just
you know?
over and over and over and over again. It's just like, okay. Clock got some Jordans that are coming out next year. You got the 35s, you got the 14 lows. Definitely looking forward to the what is this? I was about to say the Yeezy 451. I'm not looking forward to that, but that's coming out next February.
That's gonna be interesting because it's like rubber mold over a sock, so it's gonna pretty much be his normal 350 inside of the clog looking shoe.
Oh my god, I'm done with Yeezys. I wish I didn't have to talk about them, but I do. The Air Jordan 35. I'm actually looking forward to that too, and I really want to know how they feel because I actually like the 35, or at least most of the colorways I see.
And based off our comfort talk, I need some newer Jordans.
I got you. Get the 34s.
Yeah, I might have to.
I gotta say though, because I was in on that release or that call that they did a week or two ago.
The board meeting.
Yeah. First off, and I said the same thing about the Under Armour and B1. I'm gonna say the same thing about the Jordan 35. Always put your best foot forward. All these dope colorways of the 35, and they dropping that weak ass, what's that, gray, orange, blue? Like, it's just a hodgepodge of colors. And then the reasoning for that shoe. So when they were doing samples, and they were rendering how it looked. So like each piece of the shoe was a different color, just so they,
And they just left it like
yeah,
that.
they left it like that because they were like, okay, well, that looks dope enough.
That's how.
Honestly, I got so mad. Like I was just like, yo. And at that point in time, you couldn't, because like later in the thing, we are able to kind of do a Zoom meeting with the people involved with the 35 and ask questions and stuff. I didn't get to that portion. I think Nightwing did. Me and LGO 23 Dan were trying to feverishly get on there. We couldn't get on there. Anyway, but the part before that, you just kind of watched as different people from Jordan Brand came in and talked about their contributions to the shoe. And when they said that, I was like, I think I yelled, like, that is fucking stupid. Like, why? Because that's, I don't know. I look at that shoe, and here's the crazy part. I want to like that shoe. I really do. I really want to like that shoe, and they're not giving me a reason to like that particular colorway.
See, I'm thinking like flash forward 20 years, and you're sitting in the actual boardroom, and they're like, "All right, Caesar, like, how are we gonna finish it?" And you're just like, here, fine." Like, just all comes full circle.
Yeah, they're gonna turn me into a Sith.
Just dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah, man, let's pray it never gets that far. Like, hopefully, I'd never lose my my passion. Hopefully, I wanted to call Scully, who anybody that's been listening to a show for a while used to be on the show. Was working with StockX for a while.
I met him once. He was a cool dude.
Yeah, Scully is awesome.
What about Mulder?
I met him once. You know how sometimes you meet people and all you remember is the sneakers they're wearing?
Yeah,
He had the turtle doves on. That's what I recall.
I can see that. He used to be with StockX. Now he is with Stadium Goods. As a matter of fact, he's running the store in Chicago that they just opened.
Dope. I'm driving to Chicago tomorrow.
Are you?
Yep.
Oh,
Got a wedding. Which actually, it's a funny story. The black eye happened at the bachelor party. And the bride-to-be is a little bit upset because we're taking wedding photos tomorrow.
Nice.
So I guess we'll
Have to put some makeup on.
Yep.
Get you some concealer.
Yeah. As if he doesn't know what that is already. An article written by Michael Lay for Sneaker News. Stadium Goods Chicago storefront just opened the doors to the public recently, with a retail space an entire story larger than their Manhattan-based counterpart. Totaling 6,000 square feet, the space first leads you into a layout that reminds you of the original NYC store. An imposing 60 by 16-foot wall welcomes you with nearly 1,000 elusive sneakers, while an adjacent display of glass cases showcase new drops, unique collectibles, and a sizable collection of Cause Supreme and Off-White gear. One flight up, the shop begins to get more experimental as a modular merchandising system of brushed stainless steel and glass draws influence from the design language of the Windy City's manufacturers. The floor would act as a home to bespoke installations that will soon highlight some of the most exclusive items in streetwear and sneakers. For those of you who live in the Chicago area or will be visiting the city sometime soon, like Dunks, Stadium Goods Chicago is located at 60 East Walton Street. The Market Center in Wicker Park is also open for consignment, although it's by appointment only. Hopefully, we're able to go to Chicago too sometime soon. Probably.
If they're
probably
open
too.
Sunday, I'll check it out.
Yeah, we probably won't make it out there to the new year. With the holidays coming. up and
I'll
stuff.
show up with sneaker box business cards.
I bet. But yeah, shout out to
Oh,
Scully.
yeah,
man.
Caesar told you I was coming, right? He said to give me the grand
Oh yeah, I
tour.
give him a heads up. Yep. But no, shout out to Scully. Man, that dude, I'm telling you, he's like a cat. He always lands on his feet, and so proud of him. Young cat too. That's the thing I like about him is that he's so driven and his work ethic is ridiculous. So excited for him, especially with the new opportunity in Chicago of all cities. So definitely interested to see what he does with that. You have something.
Well, yeah, speaking of Stadium Goods, so their competitor Flight Club, they just dropped a new app today called Alias,
Yeah.
which is interesting because it just dropped today, and I signed up for it. I'm looking at it, and it's pretty like analytical or like going on the whole like look at numbers, compare numbers thing. But it's pretty much GOAT, and Flight Club and GOAT are the same owner. So I don't know if they're doing like the whole cannibalization thing or if they're just trying to double up. But Flight Club is lowering their middleman fees, their consignment fees. So trying to keep up with everyone. But also, not only is Flight Club coming down in fees, Goat has this thing. I might butcher this a little bit, but Goat has this thing called instant shipping, where it's like some stuff they already have in stock.
Yeah.
They're gonna now charge buyers an extra 6 or 6.5% processing fee, kind of like StockX snuck up. So StockX and Goat are raising fees where all these other consignments are bringing down, but then it's like some of the same people on the same things, and it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on here.
Man, honestly,
I'll pull up the email from Alias today.
I mean, I don't even know what it's like to be a reseller. I really don't want to know.
It's not as glorious as everyone thinks. Sitting around not even hitting a BOGO.
Even with that being said, y'all still do it. So I mean, it got to be something in it. What's that?
This is the original email from Alias today from Flight Club.
Mm.
So they're just kind of like analytical driven, or like, hey, look at the numbers, or trying to compare. But there's no
that's
more of this
definitely
20%
from StockX.
consignment fee stuff.
I definitely got that from StockX because StockX that's all it is.
But if you look, it even says link your Goat account.
See,
There's a Flight Club email for a third platform.
see,
So, but shout out Stadium Goods. I still have inventory on their shelves right now.
I've never bought anything from them, so I wouldn't know.
I bought Thunder 4s from Flight Club a long time ago.
I bought stuff from Flight Club. I never bought anything from Stadium Goods.
Same, but I've sold a lot in Stadium Goods because I don't know if they have celebrities or what. You put prices on there make no sense. I'll literally list something for double what I put on StockX, and even with their 20% fee, it's worth it.
That's what I've heard too. Is that it's like they just sell to celebrities or.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with Stadium Goods for a while before they even had like their whole label system set up, and they take a little bit long on processing, but I've had all good
I've heard that too.
experiences. Every store has hit me up at least once saying your shoes smell like weed, so they got me with that once, but other than that, it's been all good.
Wow.
On eBay, I had someone write me an upset message too. Like, I posted it because all my shit, you know, it's either dead stock or like listed in the condition it's in.
Yeah.
But I guess I haven't been taking odor into consideration. And sorry, guys.
No, I mean, sure. I don't know. I'm trying to think who would complain about weed smoke though.
Well, I get it. Like, if it's a suede shoe, it's gonna linger more than like a leather shoe, I guess.
I guess.
But I don't even notice it. So
I got to say this too, man. I think most people feel this way, you know, with this whole COVID thing. Like, because we were traveling heavy, you know, up until this year. And so this year, you know, it's kind of derailed a lot of, I guess, everyone's travel plans if they had plans. And I cannot tell you how
You can't go anywhere.
I know.
At least not outside the country.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, even in the country,
my
I would like
last
to go somewhere.
travel was All-Star Weekend, which was luckily
Like
sneaker
February?
related.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the world shut down like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I mean that's my whole point. Is like I'm hoping next year, you know, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Like I would love to get back on the road because that was the fun part. Like just going to different places, meeting people and stuff, and just
Dude, same. Like yeah, we were gonna do New York City Comic Con this year. We were gonna do. We weren't doing San Diego because I've done San Diego once and that's too much. No, thank you. But we're gonna hit one in Chicago. We were gonna hit one like.
Now, how far is San Diego from San Francisco?
3.5 hours. I want to say.
I'm good. I just want to go back to the Bay Area. I love the Bay Area. That's one of my on my short list of places to go back and visit. Why are you looking like that?
Okay. Oh, so San Francisco, not San Diego.
Well, it's kind of part of that, right?
No, they're far.
When Oakland
What,
be
Bay Area?
Where's Oakland? Isn't that
California's
Bay Area?
long.
Well, yeah, the Bay Area and San Francisco are like.
No, San Diego is more of a
No, you're talking about San Diego. I'm saying Bay Area, San Francisco are all within the same vicinity.
ish.
It's like what, like 20 minutes, 40
Everything in LA is 20 minutes.
minutes.
Oh, dude, crossing this street in LA is 20 minutes. Don't.
It's
yeah,
way
no.
worse than New York. I thought New York was horrible. By
Dude,
the
when
way. That makes me not
every
wanna
time
go
I've ever
back.
been to LA on business, we had to leave
I hate
like
going to LA.
3 hours for a 10-minute drive.
I mean,
If I don't have to go to LA again, I
New York
won't.
has more. So like New York's condensed and has public transportation,
True.
where like LA is spread out and everyone has a car.
I will say this: if I had to go back to either one of them, I would go back to New York because I just feel like there's more culture there.
LA to San Diego, I was close. 2 hours, 14 minutes.
No, I'm talking about San Francisco and Bay Area.
Sorry, San Francisco. I was.
San Francisco and the Bay Area are all within this. San Francisco is part of the Bay Area, right?
It is.
That's what I was talking about. So you were fixated on the San Diego part.
Oh, I'm sorry. San Francisco to San Diego is 7 hours 57 minutes.
See, you're fixated on the San Diego part. I don't want to go to San Diego. I just want to go back to the Bay Area.
Well, then just go to San Francisco and have fun.
That's what I said. You was fixated on the San Diego part.
Because I was talking about San Diego Comic Con, and that's what I was talking about, and then you went left. So
I should have made that right at Albuquerque.
that left turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
But no, I really want to go back to California. I love me some California.
So L.A., San Francisco, both to me are Vegas.
I'd rather go to Anaheim.
I can stand them for 3 days. Like, that's my cap.
If I want to go to LA, I just go to Anaheim. It's like a nicer, quieter LA without all the landmarks. That's it.
Well, but then why go? Like, I mean, if you're going to go.
You know why? One word, 2 syllables. Well, 3 syllables. Disneyland.
Okay.
That's it. That would be my reason for going. I try to get Jumpman to go.
So, like, Disney World
Hold up,
Light. I
hold
get
up.
it.
Yeah, that's really
Universal Studios, Disney, whatever in Japan, they got a Mario World. More than just a ride, like its own inner park coming.
Huh.
So, if anything, let's just plan a trip to Japan.
Let's do it. But no, there's so many different trips I want to go to. It's funny because like most of our trips were aligned with SneakerCon, and I think their first trip out the gate is Cleveland. Which, once again, put your best foot forward. Like, why would you want to start from Cleveland? Like, matter of fact, just cancel all. I will say this: their turnout in Cleveland is pretty huge, but that's because they live in Ohio and ain't shit else to do. So when SneakerCon comes, that gives them a reprieve from the normal Ohio life.
There's an upcoming Michigan event. I think it's like Sneaker Exchange or something.
I'm not going to that. Look, so I'll tell you about that later. But
I'm like there are sneaker cons.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
you didn't know that?
Oh yeah. There's Complex Con, which is like
That's
taking advantage of everything. But
Dude, I
then
know
there's
Comic
sneaker-
Cons. I know other.
See, Complex Con is just like 1 or 2 events a year, and they just basically hype beasts go nuts. It's like hedonism for hype beasts.
But I'm saying like Comic Con, I feel like is a lot better planned and more thought put into. Where sneaker cons are more so like yeah, they're organized, but it's like focused on buying and selling at this point, isn't it?
Well, that's Comic Con.
Yes, I was gonna say.
I feel like Comic Con would be more similar to Complex Con.
No, it's
though.
not. No.
I'd say I don't know Complex Con,
No.
so I can't compare.
No.
Well,
I
like
fully
you go to
disagree with
Comic
that.
Con and like you're there to like maybe I'm wrong, but like you go to Comic Con, you want to meet like older celebrities, or,
Like 2 or 3 celebs. I want to find like one toy that I haven't been able to find anywhere else,
yeah,
and I want to find like 2 or 3 pieces of art that I've never seen before that I
yeah.
gotta have for my walls. Yeah.
If I'm comparing, because I feel like what I'm comparing,
It's like a hodgepodge of all the mainstream parts of
What
that
I'm
culture.
What I'm comparing is what you just said, the culture. Like, because I don't feel like Complex.
Well, Complex Con has like a music festival going on simultaneously.
No, what I'm trying to say
So I
is
guess that's a little bit.
sneaker.
big
Okay,
extreme.
okay. I don't want nobody to misinterpret what I'm saying. SneakerCon and CompassCon are both culture whores, in the sense that they can really give a shit about the culture. However, I think, despite that,
Newsflash: Comic Cons don't give a shit
I
about
know.
comic book
I know.
culture.
I know. But my point is, people from the culture still show up, so there's still some semblance of that, in spite of their lack of.
I met Razor
Cultivating
Ramon and
it.
Diesel at the last Complex Con.
Okay.
Every booth or kiosk was like a 2-hour wait. I walked right up, no one at all. I was the only one who cared.
So we met Razor at Astronomicon. He was there 2 years ago. Yeah.
He's
Good
taking
dude.
a lot of these gigs.
Yeah.
But
Well, why not?
my point is though, like, cause like with SneakerCon, right? So SneakerCon can give a shit about the culture either. However, people like me, Jumpman, like enough of us show up so that there's still representation of the culture, whereas a Complex Con is just.
Well, and that's Comic Con. Like, so Comic Cons have essentially become pop culture cons,
Yes.
where it is way more about the celebs that show up. It's way more about the meet and greet, the photo ops, that kind of stuff, than it is about the comic books, the collectibles, the art, and that kind
from
of
that
stuff.
culture still show up though, so there's still this.
Oh yeah, no, like those of us that are still hardcore are still there because we still love
not because
those
of the
folks.
event, not because the event
It's
cultivated
because it's
it.
a necessary evil.
Exactly.
That's-
And that's exactly what it is. So SneakerCon to me, I would rather go there because it's still gonna be a semblance of what I'm looking for, despite SneakerCon's best efforts not to cater to that. Whereas a ComplexCon is just like hype beast galore. It's just like it's just the Wild Wild West of hype beast, and I have
Literally
no
just
interest.
hype beast shaking fences.
Yeah, and I have no interest in that. Like I did want to go just to see what it was like, not because I was looking to do anything else other than to see. And it's like, nah. At least with SneakerCon, I can somewhat mingle with other people there. Most of it has to do.
You go to SneakerCon and it's probably networking and you have a great time.
Yes.
I go to ComplexCon, I got a map. It's pre-routed out. Like, it's carefully
Because to me, it's about the
calculated.
people and location. So, like, SneakerCon, Cleveland. Lord knows, I ain't got no reason to go to Cleveland or Ohio unless I'm trying to drive through it to go to another state. And so, but I go because of the people. Like, okay, there's people there, I can mingle with and, kick it with. Maybe that's not a good example because they ain't got nothing to eat. They ain't got nowhere to go. So, let's just scratch Cleveland. Let's just go back to the Bay Area. SneakerCon Bay Area. There's shit to do, people to see. They got a Nike store. We can go there.
Dude, you know what?
What?
I will
What?
fight you on that. Cleveland
What?
has a lot of great places. They have a lot.
What?
Dude, we went to Cleveland
We're
a
gonna
year and a
have
half.
to edit this out too.
No, I will fight him over this. I don't care how big he thinks he is. No, dude, possibly one of the best. That we actually came back after our week. Like we spent 3 days in Cleveland over a weekend.
Yep.
We came back and said, people, Cleveland is what Detroit should be aspiring to be.
Bullshit. No, we really gonna fight over that. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You go to the Heights?
No. Huh?
Did you go to the Heights?
We went all over the place.
Did you-
trying to find something to do.
Did you take the dive bar tour? Dude, here's what we do. Maybe you're doing it wrong because everywhere we go, we open up Yelp, we search on dive bar, we sort by lowest rated, and that's where we go. We work our way down.
We went all over the place. It wasn't shit to do.
Dude,
they
we
had
had
one.
that was one of the best weekends of my life. Was that weekend in Cleveland?
One area that basically we got like the whole Midtown area. They had like one block that was like reminiscent of that.
Okay, so you were in downtown Cleveland,
and it was like it was right by the Q Arena or whatever.
Right? Yeah. So did you hit the vault?
Yeah, we hit all that shit. And it was
Did
like nothing. It was like they had that one spot. They had the one spot at the bowling alley. The one spot at the bowling alley, I forgot. It was like a bar / bowling alley.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was fucking it. That whole weekend, it was nothing to do. Unless you was going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and going there. Like, I'm not trying to go to some hole in the wall in some neighborhood in Ohio.
Suck at finding places.
No, Ohio sucks. I'm not about to go mingle in some dive bar.
I am not defending Ohio in general. I am defending
like
Cleveland.
I'm not defending Cleveland.
I am
either.
defending Cleveland. I am taking the Howard the Duck
And
Cleveland
then we went to the
approach.
casino. You know how sad the casino was?
I wasn't there.
It was so fucking sad.
That's not in Cleveland.
Well, in Detroit, you got people like, all right, we paying rent or not paying rent. In Cleveland, it's like responsible gambling.
No, the fuck is not. On top of that, you go to a Detroit casino, at least it ain't Vegas, but you definitely feel like you in a casino.
No,
you
no,
went
you
here.
don't.
Well,
No, you
there's a
don't.
difference between
No, you
like
don't.
Motor City
No, you
and
don't.
MGM.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, I haven't been to one in a while. I think the last one I went to was Greektown.
Are they open right now?
I think so.
At like
honestly don't
10%
know.
capacity, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, it's not Vegas, but it's hell of a lot better than fucking Cleveland. It was depressing.
Is the big casino there even in Cleveland? I thought that was Columbus.
It was some casino. I don't know which one it was.
All right, well, then
And it was like sad. though. I'm
mind
like,
your
bruh,
business. We're talking about
I
Cleveland.
almost slid the one lady at 20. Like, you know what? Here, you need it more than I do.
Dude, I'm telling you that one of the best weekends we had was like going dive bar hopping in Cleveland. Dude, we had so much fun that weekend. We got adopted by like two.
See, you grew up in the era where you had to go outside and make fun. Like y'all had sticks and y'all would like push
That's
the
how
wheel down
yeah.
the street.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to get adopted by, and I'm gonna put this out.
Bell ready.
You don't want to get adopted by like two 60-year-old lesbians that like own a place called the Old Ugly Broad. That like they pull out the index card organizer, blow the dust off it, and just start making you shots all night because you guys seem like fun and we want to hang out with you.
Oh, time out. This is the most crucial question I'm gonna ask you all tonight. When you say lesbians, are you talking about two like Roseanne Barrs, or are we talking like?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, I'm straight.
No, dude, it's.
If you said two Rihannas, I'm like, yeah, I'm there.
Hey, speaking of Cleveland, they got Cleveland's got exhibition.
We went
Right.
there. It
Yeah.
was just like it was me, Tony D, Bull.
I got a buddy who resells in Cleveland. His name's Clee Geek. Shout out Clee, he fucking cooks.
Trying
But
to
we
think
should
who-
get him on the show because he'll tell you like all Cleveland is probably exhibition.
It's probably no. It was that and my man's. It was another store with a football player.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I will set up another weekend in Cleveland, and you'll
We're
come
gonna have
down.
to go.
with
Yeah,
us.
we're gonna have to make this a thing because I would love for you to show me how much fun Cleveland is that Detroit isn't.
Dude,
Because
'cause-
I promise you, it's not.
Because, dude,
If
you
this-
know me.
Listen,
Dude, you know me.
I know you.
I
but
love this city.
I would tell you this.
I love
One of the things
this
I hate
city.
about going out of town is having to come back home because we are so far behind
Mhm.
some of these other major cities. However,
And as
the
much as we
one
make fun
city-
of Cleveland,
the one city
Cleveland
I
got a
knew-
better nightlife.
The one city I was happy to come home from
Nope.
was Cleveland because
Then
I'm
you
like,
did,
yo,
you did it wrong.
no, I didn't.
You did it wrong.
No. You just find fun in everything.
Dude, I could have fun at an insurance seminar.
That's my
Like-
point. You can go to a funeral and have fun. Like
Got that portable bar.
you know he does. Like that's the problem. Like you looking at it through Dave's like lenses because Dave can make anything fun, even Cleveland.
Dude, then that's your issue.
That's not
you
my
should be
issue.
no, because you should.
Because I have had to. If I got
wherever you are
No,
should be the
it should
best
not-
place that
I
you've
should
ever
not
been
have
in your
to-
life.
I should
My
not have to
new
put that.
mantra.
And
First
if
of all,
not, then you're doing it wrong.
I should not have to put that much effort into making your city fun.
Dude, it doesn't.
Usually when I go to these cities, it's shit already there for me to do. I'm enjoying the city, not the city enjoying me.
Dude, let's be clear. You are sitting in a shipping container in Cass Corridor.
Yes.
This podcast should be the best thing that you have ever done in your life.
What if I told you it is?
It's definitely the best thing I've done on Cass Corridor.
Okay, really?
I think people from Detroit gonna get that.
I mean, I got levels.
But
But no, like that's the thing. Like it's all about your attitude. Like seriously, like dude, we had so much fun in Cleveland. Like that weekend literally was one of the best weekends I've had in the past 2 years.
you
of my
would say
life.
the same thing if we were stranded out in sea. Like, that was the best weekend we ever had because you are
No.
going to find ways to.
Oh
have
no,
fun.
there have been bad adventures.
I've been all over this place, and I have yet like have to manufacture fun because other cities are just that. Chicago, I don't have to manufacture it because there's just so much shit to do.
Yeah, but you
When I
might
went
have to
the Bay
pay
Area.
for it.
Dude, Chicago,
Bay Area.
but Chicago isn't.
Even when we went to Memphis, even Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, is a hell of a lot more funny. And I never, honestly, you would have told me 2 years ago to let's go to Tennessee to have fun. I'm like, no, what? No, I seen Deliverance. I don't need that type of fun. But we went, and it was just like, yo, this is actually pretty good. Dollywood was the shit. DC.
Oh, dude, DC's amazing.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all these
That's,
other
that's
cities.
where I lived before I moved here, and I've always said, when I was young and stupid and single, DC was an amazing town.
All these major cities are dope on their own. You don't have to go find fun
Okay,
because fun finds you.
But let's be clear. You're now comparing Cleveland to DC, Boston,
I'm comparing
Manhattan,
it to, exactly.
Chicago.
I'm comparing
LA.
it to all major cities, including this one.
No, dude, Cleveland, dude, Detroit isn't even top 10. Let's
Nobody,
be.
well, nobody said it was top 10.
Yeah.
That's an argument I was making.
So Detroit and Cleveland, when it comes to second tier cities,
Oh, by far. They're in that same category. I'm just saying
Yeah.
Detroit ranks higher.
Hold up. Who's got the best after hours? Detroit.
Detroit.
Hands down.
oh, Detroit.
Detroit. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, because dude, Cleveland
Thank
was
you.
Cleveland was dead from an.
Thank
But
you. Right. That's another part because so we
Cleveland,
did
the bars
well,
close
no,
because-
early.
no,
but we were
because
also two
Bullshit.
random strange white guys
Bullshit.
walking
No,
around the
because
city.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. Because we did an event, and then of course we're tired. I gotta take a nap. So at this point, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock. There is this is a Saturday night. wasn't shit to do. We had to go to some random ass neighborhood. Mind you, most of the houses were like abandoned, and there was a junkyard across the street from this pizza place because that was the only place that was open. They had
At 8 o'clock? What the hell?
This was like 9 to 10 o'clock at night.
Dude,
No, it might have been 11. It might have been 11.
Suck at finding places to
It
go.
might have been 11. No, Google sucks at finding
No,
places.
dude, Caesar, I'm gonna tell you. This is the trick. You open up Yelp, you search on Dive Bar, you sort by
I
lowest
wasn't
rated,
trying to find a dive bar.
and that's where you go.
I was trying to do the
dude,
I was trying to do the most basic requirement. I wasn't even trying to. It wasn't like I was trying to find Thai food. I was like, yo, let me find pizza because that's the simplest thing to find in any city. Not according to Cleveland. We go to Cleveland. They have bulletproof glass and they have the metal shutters. I'm like, dog, like, why do you need both? Just get
Oh,
one or
really?
the other.
Because you haven't been 87 feet that way to that place?
They don't have the bulletproof glass. And the metal
Yes,
shutters,
they do.
Okay, well, I stand corrected.
What?
I stand corrected.
Dude.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But I feel like a hell of a lot more comfortable over here than I did over there. And then some guy pulls up. This was like, what, 2017? 2019.
Okay.
Dude pulls up in a 97 Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer.
Yeah, the truck.
Yeah. Like, hey, fam, y'all good? And I'm like, what? And he was like, you good?
What, you flashback LL Cool J?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, why? He was like, I'm just checking on y'all. And I was like, we need to go. We need to go like right
this
now.
is not a place we need to be. No, and honestly, like, seriously.
And then they got that stupid ass chandelier in the middle of nowhere downtown.
They do.
Thank you. I'm like, what is this?
But I thought that was funny. Like, honestly, like, dude, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that weekend in Cleveland was, it was outstanding. Like, next to, so from a second tier city perspective, I would put that weekend in Cleveland up against, and it would lose, but I would put it up against our weekend in Philly.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Seriously, Philadelphia is on par.
I said it would lose, but I would put it in the discussion. It wouldn't be a 32 seed versus a 1 seed.
I would rather drive
It
around
would be like
Bilal.
it would be like an 8 seed versus a 4 seed.
I'd rather drive around Bilal than go to Cleveland.
I drove around Belle Isle recently.
God, you.
I would rather.
I'm gonna make this happen. Like, because you don't understand. Like there's a podcast. There's a podcast network down there that that's why we went there. Is we helped set them up and get them up and running. We're still friends. I'll just, dude, you let me know when you've got a weekend. I will let them know we're coming down.
Bet.
And yeah.
It was just, oh my God, dude! I swear to you, we've been to Cleveland twice, and it's like I have no reason to believe. The first time we went to go back on the whole Detroit Cleveland thing, the first time we went, it felt like we took a 2-hour nap and woke up still in Detroit. That's what it felt like at first.
Well,
and then, yeah, from looks, if you're just driving through, yeah, there's similarities. However,
well, no, number one, there's mass transit, so you notice that's actually functional.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
okay. 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 I'll give you that. Touche. But I've always said Ohio is good at mass transit because most people are just trying to get in and out of their fucking city and their state. Like, their turnpikes are excellent.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. Like, honestly, like that weekend was, that was an absolute. I will send you the list of bars.
Ohio
that we went to
is
that
the
weekend.
J Balvin Air Jordan 1s of states. Like, they are.
Again, I can't speak for Ohio as a whole because I haven't spent enough time there. But so I've gone to enough shows in Toledo that I know where to go. Like
Toledo's
the Comic
okay,
Cons.
but that used to be part of Michigan. So
Why
that's
doesn't
okay.
Detroit have a
It
better
was.
sneaker shop?
Yeah. What?
Why doesn't Detroit have a better sneaker shop?
As far as what, resale sneaker shop?
No, not even. Just like a regular retailer.
We got Brown Rubber.
Well, I mean, like, actually in the city.
Oh, actually in the city. Who do we have?
I can only think of
What, Snipes or something?
I can only think of franchises or consignments.
Yeah, there's no boutiques.
Yeah.
But
'Cause I feel like
Nike and them are like getting rid of boutiques anyway, or phasing them out. I mean, even our resale shops like Nojo Kicks, they are just.
Well, I'm thinking Cleveland, and all I can come up with is exhibition, and it's like, what do we have here?
We don't have that here.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just Brown Rubber, and then you got Way Out and Wayne and Ypsilanti.
Puffer Reds.
Puffer Reds.
Yeah.
That's it. But no, so
I'm just trying to bring it back to sneakers.
no, you're right. We are going to lose so many Ohio listeners.
You know what?
It's cool. He's starting to slow clap?
Oh yeah, we did it. We're back.
Ridiculous. I can't.
And whenever a store decides they want to open up shop, we could be at the grand opening hosting it.
Under Armour invited me to their grand opening.
We do that.
Bruh.
We do remotes all the time.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't. This is why I can't wait till we travel again because there's so many cities I want to go back to, like some of like the Bay Area,
Just not Cleveland.
Dallas.
Just not Cleveland.
I'm gonna go to Cleveland because it's close.
Dude, the
it's
first
cheap.
3 times I was in Dallas, I
And I never been to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Did we really just
I-
come back to this?
I hate Dallas. The first 3 times
What?
I was in Dallas on business, I was in a bar fight. And I don't mean I was in a bar fight like I started
So that
shit,
takes away
because you know my mouth. I mean, I was
Yeah.
in a bar
that takes away everything
where
you
I
just
was
said.
minding my own business,
That takes
and
away
I
everything you
watched
just
a
said.
fight start across the bar,
Yeah.
and I watched it cascade and roll towards me.
That takes away everything you just said. Then. If you shit on Dallas and then you big up Cleveland, come on, bro.
I need to go to Texas.
Dallas is. I love Dallas.
Dude, what's bigger in Texas? Belt buckles, hair, and egos.
And hats.
That's
Look,
them big trucker
only
brands.
thing, the only thing I'll say, the only thing bad I'll say about Dallas is everything is like 20 minutes from everything. Nothing is close.
Do you know where Astrofest or Astro World or whatever Travis Scott's festival takes place?
Don't care.
It's got to be.
No, I don't know.
Maybe that could be our next trip.
I have been to Wings
Probably
games
Houston.
in literally every NHL city in the country,
Yeah.
and in Canada.
Yeah.
The only place I ever almost got into a fight for wearing a Wings jersey was Dallas.
Dallas is awesome, bro. And the food, oh my god.
I was gonna guess here.
No.
How do you not like Dallas though? I mean, honestly, dude, like Dallas, I love me some Dallas, and it's cheap down there.
Because I don't like rednecks.
Me neither.
There's a lot of rednecks. in
Trust me,
Dallas.
I'm gonna have more of an issue with rednecks than you would.
If you don't tell them I'm Jewish, I can fit in.
Wow, I wasn't ready.
I
for
mean,
that.
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. But the fact that he can get away with it, like he can slide through. There's no sliding for me.
Tell them I got
If you
truck.
don't tell him I'm black, I could fit
Tell
in.
them I got truck.
Like-
Live on a dirt road.
Wow.
Got me a well and a septic.
Well, we had like a
tank,
mini
too.
mansion. Last time we was in, no, not the last time, but the time before that, we was in Dallas. We had like a mini mansion for like cheap. It was awesome. Mind you, it was like 40 minutes away from everything.
We
but
could
still,
rent
it was worth it.
the Fresh Prince of Bel Air mansion.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, really? So you were in Sterling Heights?
The Sterling Heights of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
nice. though.
you can get big houses out there cheap.
No, but we're not talking about.
Blah,
No.
blah, blah, blah,
These
blah,
are
blah.
bigger than Sterling Heights.
Blah,
houses.
blah, blah, blah.
This is like 10
Now,
bedrooms.
have you seen Sterling Heights lately?
Yes. These are like 10.
I'm
dude,
sorry. Have you seen Sterling Whites lately?
Sterling White. This house was like 10 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the back porch. This tells you everything about the house. The back porch was like a living room in most mansions. It was like all like marble stone. It had a full kitchen, an 80-inch TV, 2 leather couches, and a fireplace on the back porch. I'm not even talking about the house. We're not even indoors yet.
And here we are in a shipping container.
Yes, I know. That tells you how far we have fallen. Say no.
Hey, maybe we can make the Big Mac special or whatever the Caesar Burger sneaker is. Come in come in a
we gotta
shipping
make this Burger
container.
King collab happen.
The friends and family, the packaging can be a shipping container.
Well, no, but the point is, I can't wait to travel and meet with people in the community again. You know, going to different sneaker cons and linking up with the different people. And that was another thing, too, linking up with the Monday Midsole guys and the usual faces, Molly, Buckeye, Polo, Q the Queen, Courtney, Skip, Mike Rich,
Dunks
T.
and
Ward,
Jordans.
Dunks and Jordans. Man, I can't think of any other people.
I'm sure people would like to meet Jumpman.
Oh, yeah. People love Jumpman. But just seeing the usual faces and stuff and kicking everybody. Jock Slade ran to MJL 23 Dan at the Bay Area Sneaker Con. Tried to link up with Nightwing, but we weren't able to make it.
I think he just posted something. I might have missed it. It was like NBA 2K, something about like the invited to something related to like the new basketball video game. And it was like Jordan was inviting people and like putting them in the digital audience or something.
Yeah, that'd been dope.
Yeah, I missed it, but something like that just came up. I saw on his feed.
Yeah, so I mean, it was cool though. I mean, to be able to link up with those people that you normally wouldn't be able to link up with. And it became like, especially 2017, we was like going hard. One Look at Lister, that's my guy. OG Sneakers, me and him went to London together. That was crazy. But just being able to have that camaraderie with the community and being able to link up and have that fun. And we always was the spot to be at because, you know, everybody else would get like hotels. We would get a house. And so we would always have like after parties, basically. Jumpman would cook or barbecue. And people would come over and kick it and chill and whatever. And, you know, speaking of Dallas, that's the time when Mayor came by. And we stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Just swapping stories and stuff, man. It was like real cool. And so, you know, I kind of miss those moments. So hopefully 2021 allows us to have those opportunities again where we're able to travel and maybe recreate some of those moments. But anyway, I do want to get to this one story. I can read some of these later. This weekend stupid. A woman steals sneakers and then strips naked.
Before getting caught?
Uh,
Or like trying to
It
get
says
out of
then.
it?
I don't know. You know, I had this story for like a couple weeks now.
I'd be
so
the worst cop. I'd
can't
be
even
like,
read
I'm
it.
going to have to write you this ticket unless, I don't know.
Wow. You can take her, you put her in the back of the car, and then you drive to some secluded area and try to negotiate the terms of her release.
I just want to help you help me, or however that goes. Help me help you.
Oh, man, you'd be the worst cop ever. The article written by Brandon King for SneakerShopTalk.com. According to police in New York City's Brighton Beach neighborhood, a woman attacked another lady and stole her sneakers, after which she proceeded to remove all her clothes. In a video that was posted on Twitter, the victim is seen on the ground crying for help, excuse me, as her sneakers are removed from her feet by the thief. As people begin to intervene, the suspect begins to hit at bystanders. At some point in the video, a guy comes in and body checks her to the ground with another bystander taking the opportunity to hit and kick the suspect multiple times. Now, I've seen the video now that I remember when I was reading this. I remember the video. And she did get body checked. Like, it was pretty ruthless. She didn't see it coming. It was almost like a football tackle almost. The suspect later goes on a rant about not getting enough government aid and then proceeds to remove all of her clothing. Police say that the suspect was bipolar and had not taken her medication.
And Kanye 2020.
Yeah, there you go. So, man, that's just wild, though. Especially, I mean, it seems like all types of crazy shit happens in New York. New York is just the epicenter of crazy. Man gets 4 years for illegally buying Air Jordans. An article written by Michael Gordon for the Charlotte Observer. Charles Brown was sentenced recently to more than 4 years in prison for being the mastermind of a crime ring that used stolen university credit card numbers to buy $250,000 in merchandise from Charlotte area stores. Much of it was high-end sneakers like Air Jordans.
What's out in Charlotte? Social status?
Yes.
Like, I'm just going back to the whole like city and sneaker stores. I'm trying to think what's out there.
Yeah, social status.
Where's Amamanier? Because I think that's the same owner, isn't it?
I believe so.
Where's that?
We
like,
need to get like a map and just have
And just
like all the
sneaker
different
stores,
boutiques.
yeah.
Where are we at? Over a 3-week period in 2018, Charles and a few friends bought at least 565 pairs of sneakers. U.S. District Judge Max Cogburn sentenced Charles to more than 4 years in prison for conspiracy to commit access device fraud. Yeah, well, crime does not pay. And then lastly, seller beaten and stabbed at sneaker meetup. An article written by Brandon King for SneakerShopTalk.com. Police in Queens, New York are seeking a group of males that allegedly stabbed a teenager and robbed him of his sneakers. The victim, a 19-year-old who goes by the name Kenzie the Ghost. Whoop.
I'm gonna look into this, see if
Speaking
I
of
can find
ghosts.
this reseller on Discord.
Yeah. Kenzie the Ghost. The Ghost. D-A. Not the Ghost. The Ghost. So he goes by Kenzie the Ghost on Snapchat. Arranged a meetup to sell a pair of Yeezys. Upon arrival at the agreed upon location, Kenzie the Ghost was surrounded by 7 young men, one of which proceeded to punch and stab him in the back. Now, he's a ghost. How do you punch and stab a ghost? He's Kenzie
Grimy.
the Ghost. We'll do I thought that was a pretty fair question. Anyway, Kenzie the Ghost was forcibly relieved of $200. I'm sorry, forcibly relieved of $200 and the Nike shoes on his feet. Ghost can wear shoes. And if you're a ghost, why do you need cash?
There's something going on here.
Yeah, something ain't right. Kenzie the Ghost was taken by EMS to Elmhurst Hospital Center in stable condition. In a strange twist of the story, police say that the Yeezy shoes in question were not taken, as Kenzie the Ghost didn't even bring them to the meeting location.
Kenzie the Ghost is trying to set them up for the money.
Yeah, he was trying to ghost them. Haha. Persons with information on his attack and robbery are asked to call the NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS, or since it's a ghost, we can just do a seance.
That's terrible. Everyone's like, yeah, let's meet up. We got a deal. And they're both just sitting there plotting to rob and hurt each other.
Basically, as Kenzie the Ghost just, wasn't quick on the draw. I don't know. We should have, what's this show me and my daughter watch? BuzzFeed. Supernatural. This would be a case for them.
Right.
Get to the bottom of this Kenzie the Ghost mystery. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on Snapchat right now to see if he's still on there. Let's see, Snapchat. See if, I didn't know ghosts could make profiles on Snapchat. I thought, once you died, that was it. That was the end of you. Let's see. Kenzie the Ghost. Kenzie. Duh. D-A. Yeah, Ghost.
In terms of like sneakers and branding.
Mackenzie Wilson.
Like Snapchat's cool, like to keep in touch with your friends and all, but like for businesses and shit, I'm not really seeing the added value
Of what?
Of companies wanting influencers to post on Snapchat or not. I just don't think it's as effective as the other platforms.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my daughter just let me know too that the ghost logo on Snapchat is actually a ghost.
That's him.
Yeah, he just added me. Kenzie the Ghost just sent me. Who gave you Snap?
We have live footage. He is alive.
Who gave you Snap? Oh, should I try calling?
Can't hurt.
Dude, the last time you did that didn't work out.
But no, they actually.
You had to edit all. You had so much editing.
I'm about to send him a message. We're reading your story on our show. Yeah, so Kenzie the Ghost, who goes by Mackenzie Wilson on Snapchat. The responding. What show? I love. See, this is
the
called
#1 sneaker podcast of the year. Actually,
Yeah. Hey, there you go. The Sneaker Boss Podcast. So I love how things happen organically like this, and I ask them about the show. We just gained a listener, albeit
how soon till we
a
offend
ghost,
him?
but still.
Right.
Maybe you can tell all the other ghosts in the afterlife about our show. What sneakers box? The Sneaker Box Podcast. Like what sneakers box?
You've never heard of Dunks?
Right. Catch up, bitch. What sneakers? How do I respond to that?
I would just link it.
It's a podcast, dummy. So Kenzie the Ghost. The Ghost, I'm sorry. Kenzie the Ghost. It's a podcast. Look it up. That's crazy. I never had this happen in real time where we actually read a story and then the person we were reading about responded in real time. Anyway,
that's what happens when you go out live.
Yeah, well. Is it on Apple? Yes. Yes, it is. Well, okay, yeah, we're going live, but I doubt they're listening live right now. They didn't even know about us. They're asking us about our show, like as if they didn't know about it. They know about us, first of all.
If they're not responding to something you're talking about live, how are they not watching
what happened?
you live?
Because what
So
happened?
what had happened was
So we were talking about, we were reading a story about this person named Kenzie the Ghost on Snapchat that got robbed. And so I go on Snapchat to look and see if the profile still existed. I went to go follow them, and then they followed back, and then they initiated a conversation, which we're having right now.
Okay.
And so that, I didn't plan on it. It kind of happened. Anyway, I guess that'd be a good way to end the show. I guess we'll talk more to Kizzy the Ghost off air, and maybe we might get them on the show to talk about their ordeal. And
That'll be a dope interview.
I know I bring my Ouija board next week. So on that note, this is what episode 270. Jesus, man, that's a lot of shows. Episode 80 with you guys. It don't even sound like we've been with you guys that long.
Yeah, like, well, and that's cute. I mean, like, we just did 369 of our show.
Oh, hit you with that drill mic.
Oh, dude, like, those guys run every day and kiss my ass.
I
Like,
know. I
that's-
don't know. I don't know how he
yeah.
does it. And they do like 3-hour episodes a day. I don't even know how he. Yeah, that's a job. But I didn't even. It didn't realize or didn't dawn on me that we've been with you guys for like that long. It doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost like 2 years worth of
Yeah, your
shit.
chaos erupted about 2 years ago.
It did, didn't it? I gotta tell you what's going on. Oh man, okay, we got hurt. Okay, we wrap up the show. I gotta tell you so much shit.
There's so many
Yeah.
after the show stories.
Yes. So on that note, this is episode 270, number 80 with Podcast Detroit. We'll see you guys this week. We love y'all. We out. Peace.